Hello, everybody, and welcome to another 2020 Lamley Awards showcase. I've been working through all of my favorites, what I think is the best of 2020 in the 164 diecast world. And I got a fun one for you today because I've been working through the brands that I collect, and I've been focusing on, what I thought was the best from each of those brands, and I've got much more to come. But in this case, not only am I focusing on one brand, but I'm actually condensing it even more and focusing on just one casting. Majorette is not hard, it's not easy to get in the US. In Asia and Europe, it's much easier, and many of you collect and say, are you going to show more Majorette? We've been doing some great stuff on lamleygroup.com. One of our writers, Alex the Hoarder on Instagram, he's done some amazing Majorette showcases, some amazing photography too. You got to go check that out. But nonetheless, he's done a ton of stuff with Majorette, but they were nice enough to send some models to me a while ago, a big old box, and I went through it in a video. It's been a few months, but one particular model stood out to me, and I want to show you how I got to it. By the way, little side note, they're finding Majorette. I know a lot of you are noticing that you're finding Majorette here in the US at Hobby Lobby. I would continue to look. It looks like it's getting more and more there, and they've found some of the models I'm going to showcase today, so that's one way to get it if you like what you see today. Porsche. It is a Porsche that I'm going to showcase, but it's not these three. In fact, I'm going to walk through it because I've gotten a lot of opinions from US collectors. They've done a lot of Porsches over time. These are some of the more current ones. You can see even they do this cool hologram sticker. They've done the Panamera Turbo. Here's a police one that I think is kind of cool. I'm literally throwing these in a bag as I go. They've done the 718 Boxster, sorry about that. They've done the Cayenne. This is the Turbo SE Hybrid. I think it's an updated casting from the Cayenne they did before. And you can see Majorette, they do some retro cars, but they're mainly focused on current stuff. Having said that, they do some older stuff like the Porsche 934. Now I know, I'm showing this to you, look, it's even in the sun, which is kind of nice. I'm showing this to you, and I know a lot of US collectors are going to go, I love the fact that it has opening doors, but those wheels are junk. I totally agree. Majorette can improve on their basic wheels, and we'll get to that because they have. They've done some wheels that I actually am quite fond of, but yeah, I get it. We're not used to this kind of same thing with collectors in Tomica. They're not used to kind of the proportions, the toy proportions that they have. In this 934, does it sit a little too high? Yes. Does it have cool features? Sure, it's well detailed and everything, but the wheels kind of ruin it, and I agree with you on this one. I totally agree. I'm not a real fan of that casting. They've done, so look at this one, even has an updated deco, really cool color. Love the Porsche on the side door. Sits too high and those wheels don't do it for me. They went premium. And how about this? Now, a lot of things to love about this casting, that they did the Valant deco, and they put premium wheels on it. They went for the two-piece, and I'm just kind of trying to show it to you here. They went with the two-piece rubber tire wheels. But I'm guessing that some of you say, those rims don't really look right on the Porsche. The deco is awesome. The body's pretty good, and the wheels continue not to fit. So this is kind of where a lot of collectors are with Majorette, but I've always said, give it some time. You're going to like some stuff, but maybe it won't be that. Let's keep going. Let's see the evolution until we hit what I wanted to showcase. This is exactly the same thing. Porsche 911 GT3. Casting looks pretty good, spoiler looks pretty good, details on the front. They don't hesitate to put details where they need to go in all of their lines, whether it's premium or they're limited or anything else. But those wheels, right? Terrible wheels. I'm talking about the best of, and I feel like I'm ripping on Majorette. I really don't want to be, but you got to call it what it is. Those wheels are not great, and they don't fit the casting, but they're getting better. Some people don't like this saw blade style, but on a Porsche like this, it really works. In fact, if I open this one up, you can see the saw blade is a little bit more detailed than the Hot Wheels. You can see they have lower profile tires. And then when you mix it with this cool color and all the details that Majorette puts in it, then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I can get behind this. This Porsche looks pretty good. And that 911 GT3 RS most surely does. Then they go even a little bit more, I wouldn't call it premium, but this is from their Porsche series. And they go with these little bit of a higher profile tire, but still detailed enough, better than the previous wheels, right? It doesn't look nearly as cheap. It looks far more premium. deserving of the effort that Majorette puts into their models. Now you have a culmination here where the wheels look decent, the casting obviously looks decent and detailed, and then you have a very cool licensed deco with the pink pig here. We saw that with Tarmac Works in the other video, and now you see it from Majorette as well. That's pretty sweet to see. I like those Porsches. They're okay, but I have mixed opinions, obviously, as we worked through. But Majorette said, nope, we can do this right. And check this out. This is the first one I saw as Majorette was starting to show what they could do. This is for the Toy Fair 2020 model. You have a lot of the elements of Majorette here. You've got opening parts. This one actually has an opening hood and opening doors. You can even do that right there. You've got detailed interior. You've got a nice color. And of course, they're going to add the extra deco here for Toy Fair. But then what I love is that this sits in a perfect profile. It sits right. It has the perfect stance. It has an amazing amount of details, but what's our biggest complaint with Majorette, at least mine? It's the wheels, and these look perfect. These are actually two-piece rubber tire wheels. This in and of itself is one of my favorite models of the year just because the Porsche casting is just about perfect. I have no complaints whatsoever about this model from Majorette. We could stop there, but we're not gonna. Then they started releasing them, and they knew they had something special because they started releasing them in droves. Here's the first three. I have been waiting to open them. That's what we're going to do. This is the 911 Carrera S. This is the model I'm talking about, and they will start with this one. I have no idea in what order they were released, but you can see that this is the Porsche edition. This is their premium. We use the word premium. I think they have a different, maybe it's limited. This comes with a box. The model comes with rubber tires. Obviously, it has all the opening parts, including that front. It's not the engine, right? It's just the hood. And you've got the box in the front. Oh my gosh, these are just so cool. I'm so glad I opened these. And another new 10-spoke wheel, which looks fantastic as a two-piece wheel. Perfect profile, everything else. And this one in orange, you could just see this driving down the road, and I think you would do a double take because it's a beautiful model. Some people talk about side mirrors. This one has side mirrors. There is not one thing about this, adding the shocks as well, about this model. I don't think you can complain about anything. We're going from the plain color, still with the opening parts, but now we add a little bit of that. It's similar to the Toy Fair, that Carrera S Porsche deco, and in black, another one. It just gets better and better, friends. Don't need any of this stuff. Box we'll put down here. Check this thing out. You've got the opening doors. I'll try and show you this way the sun's going. It's hard to show you the interior. You can obviously see the inside here. Maybe from this side I can show you the interior. There you go. What do you like better? Is it the Toy Fair? Is it the orange? Or is it this new one with the Carrera S, the 911 Carrera S deco on the side and the Porsche on the hood? It's hard to say, right? But everything is tight and crisp in that, and I don't think, again, there's going to be many complaints. Now we start seeing other things happen with this, and this is where Majorette, I love what they do, because they're like, look, we can make these models so much fun, not only to look at, but to play with. See, can you see how I said this kind of, this is very indicative of where Majorette is going with their opening parts and everything else. Now all of a sudden, it's the same casting, but now in a police version. The only thing that it has added to it, everything else is the same, but now it has a light bar. It's not faked. It's not just a police deco, and they added the police light. Now I don't know if, look, you can see, I don't know if you can totally tell, but it's like they did modify the casting in order to put the lights on there. Here is where it really culminates. They still add more elements. Here's the Carrera S, but this time modified into a convertible. Let's open this one up. I guess there was a chance I could open these up and not like how they feel in hand. I didn't think that was going to happen, and it hasn't. These are really, really nice. Okay, this one is in kind of a fluorescent green. All the details are the same. Now, I'm going to say some people are going to complain in this case that these wheels, the light color on them makes them look a little plasticky. I get that. And when you look at it, maybe in the sunlight, they come out a little too bright, but outside of that, they look pretty good. You can see here it has a little snap. and it snaps right into place, and that looks great. There's 5 right there, right? I think they all look fantastic, but to me, it ends up with what Majorette did, which I think wins this as one of the best models of the year, and it's these two. Let's start with the skis. I love the idea of going up to the slopes in a sports car like a Porsche 911 with the skis on top of the car. And check this thing out. How great is that model? I don't think the skis really need to be that removable unless someone's really obsessed with getting them off of there. But the side silhouette, the detailing in that you have the base piece plus the skis make this thing super, super special. I just love this model in yellow with the skis. I want to see it driving up in Switzerland, here in Utah, Colorado, you name it. What an awesome car. I want to show up with that on the ski slopes. Or in the ocean with the surfboard on top. This may be the one. This is why I saved it for last, because I love the color, I love the wheels, and I love the surfboard. Let's open this one up. I don't know, maybe the ski one. They're both just fantastic. And these are the ones that I think have been found at Hobby Lobby. So if you're liking what you see and you're in the US, that might be the place to go. I have not gone myself to look. Check this one out. Same thing. Oh, this surfboard is removable. Totally removable, actually. Look, it doesn't even have a, it just slides in. It has those pieces right there that hold it in place. So you can take that out. I wonder if you could. And now I'm really curious. Oh yeah. See, when you don't want to force it, or when you, once you feel like you have permission to force it, you can switch them. One I like the blue one is the ski one, actually. So I'm gonna keep it that way. I think the ski's even better than the surfboard because I love the color of this blue with the red interior. And I kept the skis on it. I should show it with the surfboard, right? Let's switch it back. That's how you can buy it. So let's put it on the turntable that way. So do you guys agree with me? Are these not the coolest? Did Majorette not nail it with these Porsches? They kind of made these their signature pieces, and I think they did a phenomenal job, from the cool accessories on this blue one to just the pure sportiness of this black Carrera with the right wheels on it. Police and convertible I like too, but if you go from this to this, that's the magic spot for me. You guys tell me what you think. Is this in there? It's totally in the best of 2020 for me by a long shot. I think this is showing what diecast in that kind of basic range. Obviously, these are not $1 cars, but that's okay. You had to pay a little bit more for them, but totally worth it. You guys tell me what you think. More to come. Bye.